What's going on, guys? Mecha Ishi here from Masters of the Universe Classics. I have Darius. Let's do it.
Level 130 is in progress. For launch in 3, 2.
Step out of your world and step into mine.
Welcome back, guys, to another Masters of the Universe Classics action figure review. And I have the 2016 Club Eternia figure, which is Darius, the leader of the Galactic Protectors. I don't know anything about Darius other than that he's a very cool looking character and a great looking action figure here. I was a big fan of He-Man growing up in the 80s, not so much of the New Adventures line, but I am very excited to learn more about Darius. All I know from this box is that he is a leader of the Galactic Protectors, and as you can see in the back, no bio like they used to have, so that's unfortunate. But talking about the box, you got your standard blister card package here with the Masters of the Universe Classics logo up top. A great window view of the figure enclosed in this plastic. And you can see all the accessories, his armor, his cape. He looks fantastic. Then you have Galactic Protectors, which is his group, his faction that he is the leader of. So that's very cool. And then on the back, like I showed you, no bio, but you see other New Adventures characters like Hydron and Flog. And of course, you have He-Man, Skeletor. All right, let's take Darius outside of this packaging and let's see what he's all about. I got Darius outside of his packaging, and this is an amazing action figure, guys. From the sculpt that the 4 Horsemen and Mattel have done to the amazing paint applications of his removable armor, helmet, all of that good stuff. This is a fantastic figure. So let's get more in depth and let me talk about those accessories. Now, Darius is an awesome looking figure. He comes with a few accessories and some awesome removable armor, such as this great looking helmet here, which kind of reminds you of Mega Man's helmet. You can see the way the ears are sculpted on the side there. Very flexible plastic here, so as you saw, I took it off easily enough and it goes right back on nice and easy as well. So that is great, and it has a great bronze metallic sheen to it. I just love the look of this helmet, but his head sculpt is so awesome. I am not going to be displaying him with this helmet on, just so you guys know. He also comes with a shield. Now the shield is done in more of a plain looking gold here. It's not metallic, but it does look fantastic. I mean, the sculpt of the shield, you can see I have some dents on it, but it is a shield that should be taking some damage, so I don't think it was meant to be that way, but it looks pretty cool. And I just love this whole effect that they got going on, the shape of the shield. Now this clip is a very sturdy plastic, and I really hate, and this goes for all the Motu classic figures, they have this strong clip, and when you attach it, I'm just always scared of just rubbing off the paint on his beautifully done wrist there and on his gold gauntlet. So just be careful when applying it. You know, make sure you're not playing with it too much. You don't want to keep pulling it off and on because it is a sturdy plastic and it will scratch up your paint, so be very careful. But just a cool looking shield accessory. Now he also has this like futuristic space age mace, if you will, which is unpainted, so it's very flexible, the plastic here. You know, it looks like it can actually you know, swing around and hurt somebody. You can see a nicely done sculpted handle, and then this awesome ball with the piping around it looks great. But I really wish they would have added some silver paint applications instead of just this plain plastic that they have. It would have been cool if they put some silver paint on this piping at least, or on the ball underneath. That would have looked awesome. Before we get to the armor, I want to talk about his cape. Now his cape is so well done. They did a great job. I just love the design of this low hanging cape right there. And you see it's all in blue, but you have these darkened areas, so they applied a nice wash to accentuate the details of this skull. You can see it looks very realistic, and it comes off as well. So you see it pops right off. You got the pegs right there on the shoulder, and you see right there, you just pop it right back on if you need to. A lot of these Masters of the Universe Classics figures come with this big bulky armor that is actually removable. So you can see you got the little clips there that you just unplug. You can see, which I'm going to pop the head off because all the heads are removable, so you can see that ball joint. And you slide. He's just wearing a red shirt underneath. Now let's take a closer look at the armor of Darius. You can see you have more of that metallic bronze going throughout, but I love on the right of his chest you have the separation of the silver versus the bronze and the great sculpted detail right there. Just take a look at that, all the little buttons and notches, or I don't know what it is, all this mechanical stuff going on the right of his chest. But look how crisp and clean the paint applications are. And on the left side, it looks like there's a crack in his armor, but whatever that crater is, it has that paler bronze. And then I love the separation, you know, in the cracks, and it just looks phenomenal. And then you have the red paint underneath the armor, just pretty much showing off his shirt. And these are just pegs, and then you have just great sculpted detail throughout, even on the back. Now take a look at this amazing head sculpt done yet again by the 4 Horsemen. They do such a fantastic job with these sculpts. It's just amazing what they can do. Just take a look at the hair, all the line work, and then he got that awesome beard and mustache and great separation of the eyebrows, which are nice and full. And take a look at his eyes. Look how well done those are painted. Nice and centered. You got wrinkles on his face, you know, pretty much showing off that he is an older fighter. He is a veteran, a grizzled veteran, and just a great job with the paint applications. And you see his neck there, and then the great armor, which I showed you guys. Now going on to his side, you have more of that bronze detail across his shoulder guards, all etched in there. And then you have more of the bronze down there with a little silver. And then his awesome looking gauntlets. I just love the color composition of this guy. He got gold, he got bronze, he got red. And then he has these metallic blue undies. just so nice looking. And you can see right there the great sculpted detail. Whatever logo that is. I guess it's the Galactic Protectors sign. Yeah, that's definitely what it is. In silver. And then you have nicely done and clean paint applications throughout with the blue and then the gold. All separated well. Great sculpted detail throughout. Nice straps. Even the straps are nicely done. Nice gold buckles. I love these thigh guards he has here. Just awesome. Take a look at those boots. Amazing sculpted work by the Four Horsemen and Mattel. Great job, guys. This is why I collect Masters of the Universe Classics. I mean, I know He-Man, I know Skeletor. I don't know about all the characters, but I know they're always going to be providing me with an amazing action figure. Take a look at the sculpt of the hands and how well done the paint applications are. You can even see veins sculpted in the hands. These hands look realistic. And as I'm going to show you guys in a little bit, the articulation joint, here's the newer articulation joint, so he can hold his whip at a different angle than looking at this one where you have the articulation at the top of the hand. You know, the Masters of the Universe Classics line pretty much reuse the same standard buck for all their male figures, but they do such a great job with all the extra sculpted detail, like these new shoulders here and these new gauntlets. You know, they add little touches here and there in the removable armor that just make it seem so brand new. Now, articulation is pretty standard for the Masters of the Universe Classics figures. You got, as you saw, I was able to remove the head. It's on a ball joint, which can rotate 360 degrees, and it does have some wiggle room there to look up and to look down. It does have an ab crunch, so even though he has this big, bulky armor piece, it is not hindering any of the motion of his ab crunch or his arch in his back. So that is awesome. And then we have a nice waist swivel as well. Now we have a rotation at the shoulder, which is it's very tight actually. And then we have a nice hinge at the shoulder as well, so he can elevate his arm like that. And then he can also put it down. But just be aware that this armor piece is going to be hindering any further movement downwards. As you can see here, it's a little bit better on this side, but it's not too bad. It looks awesome. He has single jointed elbow, a nice bicep swivel there. And then he has a rotation at the wrist. And like I was showing you guys, this is your standard wrist hinge right there, right? Where you can flick the wrist up and then flick it downward. Now here on his right arm, which is where he'll be holding his weapon, now the hinge is at the bottom of the thumb, so you can flick his wrist down like that, so he can hold either the sword, like how He-Man would hold it, or fling his whip. So that is pretty cool, and it also goes the other way as well. So he is definitely displaying the newer articulation of the wrist, but pretty much you have the same rotation on his right hand. Now he has thigh rotation there at the bottom of his hip, and as you can see, it's hindered just a little bit. I mean, it can still go through, but the armor piece is going to be knocking into the cod piece there. But he does have a nice hinge, so he can really kick that leg to the side very high. Now, to the front, not so much, but you have to turn his leg like that to raise it up a little more, which is very weird looking. Other than that, you got a nice single jointed knee. Let me see. Do we have? Yep, we have a calf rotation, which is going to be limited because you see this, the sculpt of his boot. It's just getting in the way, but I'm sure if I rotate it all the way, it would actually come all the way around. Let's see. Let's get it for you guys. Yep, there you go. So you can see it's pretty tight because, you know, it's a tight joint and you have the sculpt of the boot. But just so you know, there's also a calf rotation. And then we have great ankle rocking motion and also a hinge. You can see this is kind of like the Mattel WWE Elite figures where they have that hinge and then they have the rocker right there. So it's a very unique design that I've seen on the Mattel WWE figures, but very cool, and it works a lot better on this Masters of the Universe Classic figure. So that's pretty much it for its articulation. Just an awesome all-around figure. So there you have it, guys. My video review of Darius from the Masters of the Universe Classics line. This is the 2016 Club Eternia subscription figure. Guys, this is an amazing figure. Definitely my favorite Masters of the Universe Classics figure of this year. one of my favorite by far, just in terms of sculpted detail, the awesome paint applications, and the character design, which is just so phenomenal. Again, I don't know anything about Darius. I just know he's the leader of the Galactic Protectors, and he looks so heroic. He looks so noble. He looks so awesome. And if you are not a subscriber to Club Eternia, and if you have missed out on this figure, definitely pick him up and put him in your collection as soon as possible, because he is awesome, guys. You won't regret it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a thumbs up if you did. Check out my channel for other reviews I have done, and I have so many cool things coming your way. So make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and share. You know what to do. Peace.